What's up, guys? I know I'm making this video a little late since it's already May, but here's what I read in April. Ranked from least liked to most liked. In my good tier, I read Plaything. It was a pretty unique high school manhwa about a dad's high school daughter that gets bullied to death. So instead of the dad doing the normal thing of, arresting the bullies that killed his daughter or, just going through the legal processes, the daughter hires a psychotic murderer to enroll in that high school and torture the bullies, which is pretty unique. So I liked this fresh perspective to a high school manhwa. But I'm still not really a fan of high school manhwas and stuff, but this one was just a breath of fresh air, so I binged it a little bit. Also, I didn't read much manhwa this month because I was enjoying web novels, so it took up a lot of my time. Next up is Survival Story of a Sword King. This one was a pretty dope one. I've been marinating it for a while. I think I was on chapter 160 or 170, so I let it stack up a bit, and it was a pretty joyous binge of seeing Hanbin fight off against the oppressive. Right now, I think it's reaching towards the ending arc because Hanbin lost his heart, so I feel like he's gonna die soon. So there's a lot of suspense, which I can't wait to see after I marinated more, because it's gonna take a while to reach that conclusion. Bad Born Blood. This is a sci-fi story I found last year, and it had great potential. Reminds me a lot of Star Wars, so I just let it cook for some months. I found it last year, but it stocked up quite a bit, and I binged it finally. Yeah, it didn't let down. The story was great. It's a sci-fi story about a brainwashed cadet that's trying to move up in the ranks of a intergalactic war, and he's really finding that as he moves up the rank, he's losing more of his humanity, and he's fighting against that. It's a really good sci-fi story. Pick Me Up is a going into the game manhwa about a gamer who enters the game he's playing, and I've been reading this for a long time, but I can't seem to stack it because of the damn spoilers. So I just read the next chapter. I've been reading this one chapter by chapter, which is annoying because I'm not enjoying it as much. I enjoy manhwa the most when I can binge it, but it's still dope. I like this current arc, a lot of fighting, so each chapter feels worthwhile. And here are my light novels. I dabbled into light novels this month because I was getting a little burnt out of manhwas, and they can take up a lot of time. They can take up so much time, but they're really enjoyable. I checked out this one, Reverend Insanity, because it was getting hyped up a lot on social media about being one of the best light novels. When they call up the big three of light novels, it's always Order of the Mystery, Shadow Slave, Reverend Insanity, and then T-Bait. But I'm not gonna give T-Bait another chance. I hated the manhwa, but I did check out Reverend Insanity, and it's all right. The Murim Brainrot is pretty strong in this one, but I'm trying to look past it, and it's pretty good. I like Fangyeon's quotes of life. I feel like he's pretty philosophical when he talks about the reasons he does stuff. There's there's a philosophical side to him, which I find pretty interesting, which keeps me reading. But his 500 years quote is pissing me off a little. Yeah, if it was a Murim, I would have ranked it higher, but I just really hate the Murim genre. But it was still good, so I had to dog down a few points because of the Murim aspect, but everything else is pretty good. I just didn't find the beginning as good, but it slowly got better. But I did give it a break because I wanted to go back to a better web novel I was reading previously, which was Shadow Slave. I made a YouTube video on this, so if you want a more in-depth review of what I read, but it was a pretty dope read. I was locked in to catch up to this after getting so many videos about Shadow Slave, so I just had to dive back in. I read from 1625 to 237, which was 710 chapters. Damn, it was a really good read. I was so ecstatic going through all those chapters of Sunny and Nephix romance, and then Sunny learning how to use his 3 shadows and stuff. And the POV stuff was pretty cool. The story is told in 3 different aspects and stuff, but I made like a full-on video about it, so I'm just gonna be brief. It was dope. I can't wait to stack up another 500 chapters and check it out again, because it is getting pretty crazy with Sunny being a Supreme now. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do next. And that's all I read in April. Peace.